Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today's video is going to take you deep into the heart of American numismatic history, where beauty, rarity, and value collide in one incredible piece. If you've got a jar of change lying around or a coin collection you haven't looked at in years, you're going to want to pay very close attention to this, because nestled among the ordinary, everyday coins is a treasure that could be hiding in plain sight. We're talking about the United States $quarter from Connecticut, minted in 1999. At first glance, it might look just like any other quarter, but don't be fooled, this is no ordinary 25-cent piece. Some versions of this coin have sold for absolutely jaw-dropping amounts, and today we're going to tell you exactly why. Let's dive into the story behind this special coin. In 1999, the United States Mint launched something revolutionary, the 50-state quarters program. Each state would be honored with its own unique design, rolled out over the span of 10 years. Connecticut was one of the first 5 states featured in this series, making its quarter one of the earliest and most beloved among collectors. The Connecticut Quarter features one of the most iconic and historic images in the state's history, the charter oak tree. This wasn't just any tree. According to legend, in 1687, Connecticut colonists hid their royal charter in this very oak to prevent it from being seized by the British Governor-General. That act of defiance and courage became a symbol of freedom and resistance, and the tree was immortalized on the state's quarter. The design is elegant and intricate. You'll notice the wide-reaching branches of the oak tree stretch across the coin's reverse side, with the word Connecticut proudly displayed above, and the year 1788 below, the year Connecticut became a state. The date 1999 appears at the bottom, marking the year of minting, but what really makes this coin fascinating isn't just its beautiful design or rich history. It's the rare errors that make certain Connecticut quarters worth far more than just 25 cents. You see, most of these coins were mass-produced. Hundreds of millions were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But as with any large-scale production, mistakes can happen. And when it comes to coins, those mistakes can mean big money. So what kind of errors are we talking about? Some Connecticut quarters have been discovered with off-center strikes, where the design is noticeably shifted. Others have double dies, where parts of the coin's text or images appear twice due to a misaligned die strike. There are also examples of missing clad layers, where the nickel coating is absent, revealing the copper core beneath. These error coins are incredibly rare, and they're the ones that collectors go wild for. Another highly sought-after variation is the proof version of the Connecticut Quarter, especially those that were struck on the wrong planchet or contain minting anomalies. These are usually caught early at the mint, but once in a while, a few slip through the cracks and end up in circulation. Here's where it gets really exciting. Some of these rare Connecticut quarters, especially those with multiple error types and in pristine, uncirculated condition, have sold for amounts that will absolutely blow your mind. We're not talking about a few dollars or even a few $100s. We're talking about a life-changing amount of money for a coin that might just be sitting in your change jar right now. And if you're thinking, yeah, but what are the chances? Remember, people find valuable coins in circulation all the time. Coin collectors, metal detectorists, and even average folks have stumbled upon treasures they never expected. It all comes down to keeping your eyes open and knowing what to look for. The condition of the coin matters a lot. The highest values are reserved for coins in mint or near mint state. These are coins that have never been used, never been in someone's pocket, and show no signs of wear. If your Connecticut quarter looks shiny, crisp, and has no scratches or blemishes, you might be holding something truly special. So, how much could a rare 1999 Connecticut quarter be worth? If your coin has significant mint errors, is in flawless uncirculated condition, and has been graded highly by a professional coin grading service, its value could skyrocket. Now here's the moment you've been waiting for. One such rare and highly valuable 1999 Connecticut quarter was sold for an unbelievable amount. $78,000. That's right, $78,000 US, for a quarter. This is why collectors across the world are obsessed with finding these hidden gems. They're not just coins, they're historical artifacts, works of art, and sometimes, a ticket to unexpected fortune. So, if you've got a 1999 Connecticut Quarter, pull it out. Examine it closely. Look for anything unusual, off-center images, doubling of letters or numbers, discoloration, missing layers. And if you think you found something unique, take it to a reputable coin dealer or send it for grading. You never know, it could be the start of your greatest coin adventure yet. Top 2, we're going deep into the American heartland with a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but could actually be worth a stunning amount of money. Today's star is none other than the 2008 United States quarter dollar from Oklahoma, a beautiful coin with a story to tell and a secret that could make a lucky collector very, very happy. If you've ever come across a quarter with a bird flying proudly across the back, with wildflowers blooming beneath it, there's a good chance you've seen the Oklahoma Quarter. But what you may not know is that this coin is more than just a celebration of state pride. It might be a hidden gem worth thousands. This coin was part of the 50 State Quarters program, a legendary series launched by the United States Mint that ran from 1999 to 2008. It honored each state with a custom design, showcasing its heritage, culture, and natural beauty. Oklahoma's design stands out as one of the most graceful and artistic of them all. The reverse of the coin features the scissor-tailed flycatcher, Oklahoma's official state bird, soaring above a field of Indian blanket flowers, the state wildflower. The bird's wings are outstretched, its long tail feathers flowing elegantly, capturing a sense of motion and natural beauty that few coins achieve. But this video isn't just about admiring the art of coin design. It's about uncovering the hidden value and the rare errors that have made some Oklahoma quarters extremely valuable. What looks like a simple 25-cent coin could actually be a life-changing discovery. Now, let's talk about rarity. The Oklahoma Quarter was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with hundreds of millions of coins struck in total. But even with such a high number, rare mistakes made during the minting process have made certain quarters extremely valuable to collectors. Some coins feature doubling errors, known as double die errors, where parts of the design, like the bird's feathers or the lettering, appear slightly doubled due to a misaligned die. These coins are rare, and collectors will pay top dollar for well-defined doubling. Other Oklahoma quarters have been found with off-center strikes, where the design is noticeably misaligned on the coin's surface. These kinds of errors are visually striking and immediately catch the eye of seasoned coin collectors. There are even more rare cases where the coin was struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the blank metal piece was not intended for a quarter at all. These errors are exceptionally rare and almost always worth a significant sum of money. Even more exciting, some Oklahoma quarters are missing their clad layer, revealing a copper-colored surface underneath instead of the usual silvery finish. These coins are strange to look at, but their rarity makes them incredibly desirable in the coin collecting world. Now, the real jackpot comes when these rare errors are combined with excellent condition. A coin that has never been in circulation, never been scratched or worn, and still shines with its original mint luster is considered to be in mint state, especially when graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services. Collectors around the world search for these high-grade, error-filled coins, and when one comes up for sale, the bidding can reach unbelievable levels. So, how much could one of these rare 2008 Oklahoma quarters be worth? Well, if it has the right error, is in perfect mint condition, and is authenticated and graded properly, it can be worth more than most people would ever expect. Now, here comes the moment you've been waiting for. One extremely rare Oklahoma quarter, with a rare error and in pristine uncirculated condition, once sold for an incredible total of $56,000. Yes, that's right, a simple quarter, something worth 25 cents at face value, sold for $56,000, and who knows, the next one could be sitting in your wallet, your change jar, or inside a coin roll just waiting to be discovered. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's part history, part art, and part treasure hunt, and sometimes, just sometimes, it rewards the patient and curious collector with something truly special. So the next time you find a 2008 Oklahoma quarter, take a close look, check for doubling, off-center images, missing clad layers, or anything that looks unusual. If you find something that looks different, take it to a professional for appraisal or grading. You might just have a coin worth $56,000. Top 3, we're about to explore a coin that may seem ordinary, but trust me, it holds secrets that could shock even the most experienced numismatist. We're talking about the United States quarter dollar from New Hampshire, minted in the year 2000, at first glance, it's just another state quarter, one of many in the 50-state quarter series, but beneath that familiar silver shine, some of these coins hold incredible value, and if you've got the right one, you could be holding a small fortune. Let's take a moment to appreciate what makes this coin unique. Released as part of the 50-state quarters program, the New Hampshire Quarter was the 9th in the series, paying tribute to the rich history and natural beauty of the granite state. The reverse side of the coin features the Old Man of the Mountain, a legendary rock formation that once stood proudly in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Its profile was so iconic that it became a symbol of state pride, even appearing on license plates and highway signs. Alongside the formation are the words "Live Free or Die," New Hampshire's bold state motto, which speaks to the state's independent spirit and fierce loyalty to freedom. But while the coin's design is already impressive, it's not just about the artwork, it's about the errors and rarities that make certain New Hampshire quarters worth serious money. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most of these quarters were produced in huge quantities at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with hundreds of millions entering circulation. But even in a sea of coins, a few mistakes slipped through the cracks, and these mistakes are what collectors dream about. Some 2,000 New Hampshire quarters have been found with double die errors. This means parts of the design, like the Old Man of the Mountain, the date, or the motto, appear doubled because the coin was struck more than once by misaligned dies. These double die errors are rare and extremely valuable, especially when they are clearly visible and well-defined. Others show off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned and part of the design is missing from the coin's surface. These errors make the coin instantly stand out and are highly prized among error coin collectors. But there's more. A few New Hampshire quarters were struck on the wrong planchet. This means the blank metal disc used wasn't even intended for a quarter. It might have been a blank for a nickel, dime, or even a foreign coin. These striking errors are incredibly rare, and when authenticated, can send the coin's value through the roof. And let's not forget the mysterious missing clad layer. This happens when the top layer of the coin, usually a combination of copper and nickel, is missing from one side, exposing the copper core underneath. These coins look different, feel different, and collectors pay big money for them. Now, here's the twist: it's not just the error that matters. It's also about the condition. Coins that have never been used in circulation, that still have their full shine, detail, and luster, are known as mint state coins. A coin graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command high prices on its own. Add a mint error to that and you've got a coin that can break auction records. So, how do you know if your New Hampshire quarter is rare or valuable? First, look closely. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting. Check for doubling, off-center images, strange colors, or anything that looks out of the ordinary. Weigh the coin if you can. Errors like wrong planchets often have different weights than standard quarters. It might seem like a long shot, but believe me, people find these coins all the time, and what looks like an average quarter could actually be your lucky ticket. Now, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for: a rare New Hampshire quarter dollar from the year 2000. With a documented mint error and in uncirculated, pristine condition, once sold for a stunning total of $62,000. Yes, you heard that right, $62,000 for a quarter. That's why it's so important to check your change, look through old coin jars, and pay attention to the little details, because you never know when a coin worth $62,000 might be hiding in plain sight. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare and valuable coins, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a video. We've got plenty more discoveries ahead that could turn your spare change into a treasure chest. Top 4, we're diving into one of the most stunning and sought-after coins from the 50-state quarter series, the 2006 United States quarter dollar from Colorado. This coin celebrates the breathtaking Rocky Mountains and the spirit of adventure that defines the Centennial State, but there's much more to it than just a beautiful design. Listen very carefully, because this coin could be hiding a secret that makes it extremely valuable and rare. The 2006 Colorado quarter features a majestic depiction of the Rocky Mountains with a soaring skier, capturing Colorado's love for winter sports and its rugged natural beauty. This coin isn't just a tribute, it's a piece of art that speaks to the state's identity. But millions of these coins were minted, so what could possibly make one of them worth a fortune? Here's where things get really interesting. Among the millions of Colorado quarters out there, a small number have unusual minting errors that make them incredibly rare and desirable to collectors. One of the most famous types of error is the double die. This happens when the coin is struck twice with slightly misaligned dies, causing parts of the design or lettering to appear doubled. If you look closely at the skier's skis, the mountain outlines, or the date, you might spot a faint but clear doubling. These errors make the coin stand out and significantly increase its value. Another rare error to watch for is the off-center strike. When a coin is struck off-center, part of the design is missing or shifted, creating a striking and unusual appearance. Coins with this kind of misalignment are highly sought after because they are so visually unique. If your Colorado quarter has part of the image cut off or looks like it was struck crooked, you might be holding a valuable rarity. Some even rarer versions of this quarter come from wrong planchet errors, where the coin was struck on a blank intended for a different coin, or with missing metal layers, revealing an unexpected color or texture. These anomalies are not just mistakes, they are treasures that collectors dream about, but rarity alone doesn't guarantee a high price. The condition of the coin is just as crucial. Coins that have never circulated and still retain their original shine, sharp details, and mint luster, referred to as being in mint state, are exponentially more valuable than worn or damaged coins. A Colorado quarter in mint state with a notable error can fetch prices that seem almost unbelievable. Now, for the big reveal. One exceptionally rare 2006 Colorado quarter, featuring a well-documented error and preserved in pristine condition, sold for an astonishing $54,000. Yes, a single quarter, a coin that you might find in your pocket change, sold for $54,000. This just shows how exciting and unpredictable the world of coin collecting can be. So the next time you come across a Colorado quarter, or any state quarter for that matter, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, odd coloring, or anything unusual. If you spot something different, get it appraised. You might be holding a treasure worth thousands. Top 5. We're journeying to a fascinating and unique corner of the United States with the 2009 Guam Quarter dollar. This coin may not be as widely known as some others, but trust me, for collectors and enthusiasts, it holds a special place, and it could be worth much more than you think. So, listen carefully and stay tuned because this is one story you don't want to miss. The 2009 Guam Quarter is part of the U.S. Territories Quarter Series, celebrating Guam's rich history and natural beauty. On the reverse side of this coin, you'll see a powerful depiction of a flying prow, a traditional Chamorro canoe, gliding across the waves, surrounded by the island's famous palm trees and a radiant sun. The design perfectly captures Guam's island spirit and cultural heritage. It's a beautiful coin, but what makes some of these Guam quarters truly special is not just their design but the rarity and minting errors they sometimes carry. Millions of Guam quarters were produced in 2009, but among these, a few exceptional coins have surfaced with rare and intriguing errors that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. One of the most notable errors is the double die. In this type of error, parts of the design, like the canoe, the trees, or even the lettering, appear doubled due to misalignment during the minting process. This doubling is subtle but noticeable under magnification and instantly makes a coin stand out in a collection. Another rare and captivating error found in some Guam quarters is the off-center strike. When the coin is struck off-center, part of the design is cut off or shifted, giving the coin a unique, almost artistic look. Off-center strikes are prized because they are one of a kind, and the degree of off-centering can affect the coin's value dramatically. Even more uncommon are planchet errors, where the coin is struck on a blank intended for another denomination or metal composition. Some Guam quarters have been discovered with missing or incomplete clad layers, the outer layers of the coin, revealing a copper core or unusual coloring. These errors are fascinating because they show the complex process behind coin production and the rare moments when things don't go perfectly. Now, condition is just as important as the error itself. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition with full detail and original luster can be worth vastly more than a worn or damaged coin. Collectors look for coins graded as mint state by professional graders because they represent the best examples of their kind. So, what does all this mean in terms of value? How much could a rare, error-filled Guam quarter from 2009 really be worth? Here comes the exciting part. One exceptionally rare Guam Quarter, with a well-documented mint error and preserved in flawless condition, has sold for an astonishing $65,000, yes, that's right, $65,000 for a single quarter, a coin most people overlook as simple pocket change. This is the thrilling world of coin collecting, where a small detail can turn an everyday coin into a priceless treasure. If you have any Guam quarters or other coins from the U.S. territories, take a moment to inspect them closely. Use a magnifying glass, check for doubling, off-center strikes, or anything unusual, and if you spot something, it might be worth having an expert take a look. Top 6. We're turning our attention to a fascinating piece from the United States Mint, the 2007 Idaho Quarter dollar. This quarter isn't just any ordinary coin, it holds secrets, surprises, and a potential price tag that might just blow your mind. So, listen carefully and get ready for a deep dive into what makes the Idaho Quarter so special and valuable. Released as part of the beloved 50-state quarters program, the 2007 Idaho Quarter celebrates the state's unique identity. The coin's reverse beautifully depicts a peregrine falcon in flight above the rugged landscape of the state's mountains and forests. This design highlights Idaho's natural beauty and its rich wildlife heritage. But beyond this elegant artwork lies a world of rarity and hidden value that collectors are hunting for. You see, while millions of Idaho quarters were minted and circulated, a very small number carry minting errors that transform these coins from common pocket change into prized collectibles. One of the most fascinating types of errors you might find on this coin is the double die. This occurs during the striking process when the coin's design is stamped twice but slightly misaligned, causing certain details to appear doubled or shadowed. On the Idaho Quarter, this doubling can show up around the peregrine falcon's wings or even in the lettering and date. These subtle variations can be hard to spot with the naked eye, but once noticed, they make the coin incredibly valuable. Another captivating error to watch out for is the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin isn't perfectly aligned in the press and part of the design is cut off or shifted. An off-center Idaho Quarter might show the falcon or mountain scenery pushed to one side, leaving blank space on the coin's surface. The uniqueness of each off-center strike makes these coins stand out, and serious collectors prize them for their rarity. But that's not all. Some Idaho quarters have been found with planchet errors. These coins were struck on blanks that weren't quite right, sometimes missing one of the metal layers or struck on the wrong metal altogether. These anomalies create coins with unusual coloring or exposed metal cores, turning what should be a simple quarter into a stunning rarity. Of course, the value of these errors depends heavily on the coin's condition. Collectors look for coins in pristine, uncirculated condition with sharp details and full original luster. Even a coin with a rare error won't command top dollar if it's scratched, worn, or damaged. That's why grading from professional services is so important. It helps verify the coin's quality and authenticity. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, how much could a rare and error-filled Idaho Quarter from 2007 be worth? Prepare yourself, because one of these exceptional coins, in perfect mint state condition and featuring a notable mint error, has sold for an astounding $67,000. Yes, you heard that right, $67,000 for a single quarter. What many see as simple change, collectors recognize as a treasure, a piece of history, and a potentially life-changing find. So, if you have any Idaho quarters from 2007, or really any state quarters, don't just toss them in a jar. Take a close look. Grab a magnifying glass, inspect for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual coloration. If something catches your eye, it might be worth consulting an expert. You could be sitting on a fortune. Top 7 and last rare coin, we're focusing on a truly remarkable piece from the United States Mint, the 2007 Montana Quarter dollar. Now, this coin might seem like an everyday quarter at first glance, but if you listen carefully, you'll discover why some versions of this coin are incredibly rare, highly sought after, and potentially worth a small fortune. So grab your magnifying glass, settle in, and get ready for an exciting journey into the story behind the Montana Quarter. The 2007 Montana Quarter is part of the famous 50-state quarter series, celebrating Montana's breathtaking landscapes and rich wildlife. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a powerful depiction of a bison standing majestically in the foreground, with Montana's rugged Rocky Mountains in the background. This design perfectly symbolizes the state's wild frontier spirit and its commitment to preserving natural beauty. The bison itself is a beloved symbol of the American West and holds great historical significance, making this quarter a true piece of art and heritage. But while millions of Montana quarters were minted and circulated, there's a small subset that has caught the eyes of serious collectors around the world: coins that contain rare and fascinating mint errors. These errors can turn an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary find, driving prices through the roof. One of the most exciting and valuable errors you might find on the Montana quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is stamped twice but slightly misaligned during the minting process. The result? Parts of the coin's details, such as the bison's fur, the mountains, or the lettering, appear doubled or shadowed. These double details are subtle but unmistakable under magnification and instantly make the coin stand out to collectors hunting for something unique. Another intriguing error to watch out for is the off-center strike. In this case, the coin was struck without being perfectly aligned, causing the design to be partially cut off or shifted to one side. An off-center Montana quarter may show the bison or mountain range pushed to one edge, with blank space on the other. The level of off-centering can greatly impact the rarity and value, as every off-center strike is essentially one of a kind. Planchet errors are another type of rarity found in some Montana quarters. These happen when the coin is struck on the wrong metal blank or when the metal layers are missing or incomplete. Such errors produce unusual coloring or exposed copper cores on a quarter that is normally clad with a nickel and copper blend. These oddities not only make for eye-catching pieces but also highlight the fascinating complexities of coin production. Of course, it's not just about the errors. Condition matters enormously. Even a rare error coin won't fetch top dollar if it's heavily worn, scratched, or damaged. Collectors prize coins that are in mint or near mint condition, with sharp details and original luster. This is why professional grading by reputable services is essential, as it authenticates the coin's quality and greatly influences its market value. So, what kind of price tag are we talking about for these rare Montana quarters? Hold on tight, because one of the rarest and best preserved Montana quarters with a notable mint error recently sold for an incredible $64,000. Yes, you heard that right, $64,000 for a single quarter. A coin that most people might casually spend without a second thought can be a genuine treasure in the right hands. If you happen to have a 2007 Montana quarter tucked away in your collection or stumbled upon one in circulation, don't just let it sit there. Take a closer look. Use a loupe or magnifying glass to check for double details, off-center strikes, or strange coloration. If you find anything unusual, don't hesitate to have it examined by a professional. It might be worth far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for joining me on this fascinating exploration of the 2007 Montana Quarter. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, minting errors, and coin values, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an exciting discovery. Keep collecting, stay curious, and may your next coin find be worth $64,000.